When the rain you want is a flood instead. The roses bloom, but they're not quite red. And when I reach the edge of my bravery, I'll still be singing at them bay of an unparted sea. Sometimes the only way through it is hallelujah. Sometimes the only thing to do is just to hand it to you. And although my troubles shake me, I know they could never move you. Sometimes the only way through it is hallelujah. That's why I say hallelujah, hallelujah. There's what I want, then there's where I'm at. Every one step forward, it got me 5 steps back. And I cried, I called, God knows I prayed. But most days faith is climbing up a mountain that stay. That's why the only way through it is hallelujah. Sometimes the only thing to do is just to hand it to you. And although my troubles shake me, I know they could never move you. Sometimes the only way through it is hallelujah. And that's why I say hallelujah, hallelujah. Don't always fix your problems, but it'll tell you how small they are. That's the thing about praise. That's the thing about praise. It don't always move those mountains, but it's good for the heart. That's the thing about praise. That's the thing about praise. You never know what is gonna change, but it'll always leave a mark. That's the thing about praise. That's the thing about praise. And yeah, I might see walls start falling, or it might just change my heart. That's the thing about praise. The thing about praise. That's the thing about praise. The thing about praise. Sometimes the only way through it is hallelujah. Sometimes the only thing to do is just to hand it to you. And although my troubles shake me, I know they could never move you. Sometimes the only way through it is hallelujah. That's the thing about praise. Never know what it'll change, change, change. That's why I say hallelujah, hallelujah. That's the thing about praise. You never know what it'll change, change, change. That's why I say hallelujah, now hallelujah.
What's up? Well, thank you for listening. If you made it this far, you're the real ones. This song is called That's the Thing About Praise. It could have been called The Only Way Through It Is a Hallelujah, but that would have been a terrible name. And Hallelujah was taken. So that's where we landed. But I think what's cool about that is it was actually kind of the last piece of the puzzle to fall into place. And the song was written with great friends Hank Bentley and a new friend, Blessing Offer, who I met that day. I'd heard his music through Brandon Lake. He was like, have you heard this guy? And I was like, no. He's like, you need to check out Tin Roof. And then I listened to Tin Roof, and I was like, this is the best song I've ever heard, legitimately. And so I reached out to him, and I was like, bro, is there any way you'd be keen to write? Actually, no, I didn't. I said to Hank, I was like, how do you feel about like bringing this guy in on this song? I just have a feeling it could be really good. And he was like, oh, I just produced his record. Like, let me give him a call. And he is pretty much always like he works harder than anyone I know. So he's always like, he's booked up like 3 months in advance, but he'd kept this one day free because he felt like there was something special was going to happen on it. And yeah, so when Hank reached out and said, hey, do you have any days? Like, what about this day? And he was like, yeah, that's the one day I have free. So he came in, we finished the song together. We got the And that's where that bridge kind of came out of. That's the thing about praise. And really, this song is all about that idea of overcoming. Like, in nowhere does God promise that life's going to be easy. In fact, if you read the Bible at all, then you'd know that that's just not the case. But what he does promise is strength for the journey, and that he will always be there with us. And I think as humans, one of the best ways, I guess, that we can remind ourselves of that in the middle of those situations is to praise, because it puts things back into perspective. So that's really what this song's about. It's kind of like it's not a simple song, but it's probably one of the less, I think on the record, there's a lot of songs you have to really think about and maybe make it a bit cryptic. This one is not so much. It's literally the only way through it is a hallelujah. And so, yeah, it's my prayer. It's definitely helped me. And I pray that if that's where you're at and that you actually do need that encouragement, that this meets you wherever you are. And I hope you like it. It's just fun. And I feel so, so grateful and privileged to get to have done this song with Blessing. He honestly is a beautiful, beautiful person. And that was a really amazing sort of gift in the middle of all this, was getting to meet him and become friends with him. And we had a great time. I don't know if you've seen the music video. We're driving around Nashville in a convertible, throwing flowers at people, and it was a blast. It was so fun. And so yeah, I hope you like it. I do think this song is one you could do in church. I'm definitely going to do it in church. I feel like it's really singable, really catchy. I love all the choir parts on it, and so I hope you do, but only if that's helpful and you want to. If it's not working, then don't do it. But if it is, let me know.
The thing about praise, the thing about praise.